Welcome. This is the YouTube channel of Iris, Art of Joy, whose mission is to bring back the sparkle in young people's eyes by encouraging them to follow their heart. So today we have with us Alessandro Paiola, who is the proprietor of Casa Doria, here in the south, in Blendas.
Kalimera Sas.
And he's here to share with us his passion for astronomy.
Yeah. First, a couple of words on who we are and how we ended up in this beautiful island, Greek island called Crete, where that was very nice to us. So I'm happy also to have a chance to give something back, give a small contribution back to the island, to the Greek people. So my name is Alessandro. I live here in Crete since 4 years, together with my wife. We run a small hotel. Our idea is to keep it quiet and silence, and to have a chance for people to come and enjoy the nature and the hospitality, of course, again, of the Greek people. So we ended up here leaving Milan. You know, when you live in a big city like Milan, you're a bit taken by the hectic life, and it's very expensive, so you need to make money, and then you're tired in the evening. So it's a tough life, I think. So at one point we looked at each other, me and my wife, and we said, do we really want this? Maybe we can try to do something different. So we looked around a little bit in the world, what there was. Our passion was Africa, but then Africa didn't turn out. So I have to say that south of Crete is very similar. So we feel like in Africa over here, and everything went well.
Brilliant. So, tell us how it all started. How did your passion for astronomy start?
You know, passion for astronomy, I think, starts when you get a chance to look at the sky. It's strange to say, but in ancient times they were looking at the skies much more than us. Now, since electricity came in the cities, we have the light pollution, so the sky is not as beautiful as it was in the past. Still, I think that we have a great chance to have great, nice skies. It's possible to go in the mountains or just in a park. Even in the cities, you get a little bit more shadow, and you can see much better the beautiful sky. Here in Crete, in particular, and here in Lutra, we don't have almost any light, and the wind is constantly blowing, so keeping the humidity away. So it's an almost ideal place for stargazing, for star watching. So that's why I started here, mainly my passion. I started studying and going a little bit deep into this science, very old science.
Very old science. So yesterday evening you shared with us the views of the sky. You got us to look through the telescope. We even saw Saturn and the wonderful rings around Saturn.
Yes.
That was so amazing experience.
Thank you.
Tell us more about, you also told us about the polar star. That seems to be the only static object in the universe. In our galaxy, actually, not the universe. Yes.
Yeah,
Tell us more about it.
Yeah, something fun, let's say, about astronomy is that we have some things which are very clear, and we know exactly, especially with technology, when the planets will pass where, what you can see in which night of the year, which stars will appear in X night. Everything is quite clear. And one of these things is the polar star. The polar star, luckily for us, is exactly where is the projection of the north and south pole of our Earth. So it's the only star that during the night and during the year is always in the same position. So it was very important for navigation, because it permitted the boats to go east and west without losing orientation. For example, in the South Pole, there's not a South Pole star, so we were lucky. Our humanity, let's say, the first ones that developed in the Mediterranean area, were very lucky to have this kind of star. But there's nothing which is certain, there's nothing which is completely fixed. Things change, there is meteors coming that we cannot predict. There's many things we don't see because they don't emit light. So we have actually seen very far away stars and galaxies very far away, but still don't know a lot of our own solar system. The Cassini that just finished her mission showed us, for example, water on the moons of Saturn, so possible life, so things that we've always been looking for far away, but actually are around the corner, if you imagine the dimensions of the universe.
Okay, and you mentioned that the planets actually move in a very balanced way,
Yes.
symmetrical way.
Yes, yes, this is something.
The movement of the planets.
Yeah, the movement of the planets has always been quite difficult to be understood compared to the movement of the stars. The movement of the stars are much more easier and more constant. The planets is a combination between what they do and what the Earth is doing, so visually they move in a strange way. So that is their main task, let's say.
The planets are lit by the
Yeah, the planets
they
are
have
lit.
their own light.
No,
yes?
they reflect the light of the sun. Yes, yes,
Okay.
absolutely, absolutely. The faraway stars that we see make their own light, but the planets are only reflecting the light of our
Great. So
big
that is
star,
the main
the sun.
difference between the stars.
That
and
is a big
the
difference,
planets.
absolutely.
Okay. Great. Okay. So tell us, what do you feel while you're gazing at the stars? What is
Yeah,
it like?
you know, the first feeling I have is how small we are and how fragile we are, you know, because distances are and how big things are in the universe is really difficult to understand. It's something really amazing, out of our perception, because it's so bigger than what we think that it's really out of our perception. So you feel how small you are, and especially I have to say how lucky we were, because the world was really formed in millions of years, and in slow moves from the water, the beginning of the atmosphere and the first steps of life. And we are lucky to be in such a planet that had a chance to develop the intelligence then of the Homo sapiens and of us human beings. One only sad thing about observing and understanding how fragile we are is the fact that in such a little time the human being is ruining this very thin balance. So we have realized in the latest years, in the latest 20 years I would say, that the climate is changing too much and that it is because of our impact, and we're trying to change things. So this is positive part of the fact that we have figured out that it's better to preserve this beauty that we have.
So figuring it out, realizing what we're doing
Yeah.
is almost 80% of the solution, I
Yeah,
suppose.
most of the
Yes,
times,
most of
yes,
the times,
yes, yes.
realization. Brilliant. So thank you so much for
Thank you.
sharing this beautiful knowledge with
Thank
us
you.
and
Thank
your
you.
experience.
Bye.
Thank you.